Hi everybody, it's Yaritza. I'm working on a gift set right now and I wanted to show you guys how I've been completing the cards. So let me go over the materials that I'm using. The first thing is I'm using a piece of craft cardstock cut to a standard size card. This is by Recollections. Then I'll be using these stamps by Claudine Helmuth, and they're the Creative Layers Domestic, and it's a two-step stamping, so you get a foam stamp and a clear stamp. My clear stamp stain, but it's not going to affect the way it works or anything. And then I'm using this stamp from Paper Ink and this die from Paper Ink, and I'm going to have all these products listed on my blog. And then I will be using some craft paint, gems, foam adhesive, and various stamps for the sentiments. I'm going for that SEW Sew sentiment, and I have this stamp set from Hero Arts that has sew in it, right here. And the other ones have SO, sew. So in order to be able to put sew on all of these sentiments, I've cut all my stamp support. So it doesn't affect the way they stamp or anything. You just have to be very careful that you don't actually cut on the words. But as you can see, this stamp is cut into three sections. See? And this one's cut into two because that's the sew I want, and this one got cut into two, and so did this one. So by cutting them, I can also position them the way I want them. See, I don't want them up and down. I want them going long ways. So now I'll be able to put this going long to fit inside of the banner. And I'm using the smaller of the banners. Okay, so I'm using sentiments from here, and I have sentiments from Unity Stamp Company and Stamping Bella, and I'm going to have all those links on my blog as well. So let's get started. So the first thing I do is I open up the card, and then you're going to stamp your foam first. And I'm using acrylic paint. So let me get it started over here in the corner. Just going to apply your acrylic paint on it. Just make sure it covers real well, because with the craft cardstock it needs to be pretty thick so it'll show. And then I'm going to stamp it right in the center. Just make sure you distribute the stamp image and then lift. See? And now we're going to do the clear. And for my clear stamps, I always prefer to use chalk ink. And this is Charcoal by Colorbox. You're going to ink your clear image. And then you're going to line it up. And it's this stamp set is meant to look off, so don't worry if you don't get all the lines lined up perfectly together. That's how the set is meant to be. So you're just going to line these up. Once again, making sure you've distributed all the ink evenly. And lift up. See? Isn't that cute? Alright, and then I'm going to add a little flower. And these flowers are the ones you get at Michael's in the wedding department. I'm going to use one of these silver shiny ones. And some hot glue. I'm going to put it right here in the corner. I'm going to add one of these gems in the center. And these are from Studio 18. These are the ones you get in the dollar section at Michael's. Add it right in the center. Okay, and then you can set this aside to dry for now. And let's work on the banner. So here's my small banner. And then I'm going to take this stamp and I'm going to ink it with acrylic paint. You're not going to get a perfect impression, but it goes with the theme of the stamp that I've already used anyways, so I thought it looked pretty cool. You want to make sure that you work fast because this dries relatively quickly on these clear stamps. So let me see if I can line this up. Right. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment in the center. And this one says, "Just so fabulous." Using my charcoal color box chalk ink. And here's what that looks like. And let that dry. And then I'm going to use just a piece of foam tape. Then I'm going to put it right in the center. And then I'm going to use my ATG gun to put adhesive on either side of the foam. So when you attach this to your card, the center area is going to be raised. Put it right here. Attach the center first, and then down on the sides. See, isn't that cute? Right, so that's my card. Real quick and simple. And I'll be back in a little while to show you a little tip with an envelope and my finished project. Hi guys, I'm back, and I want to share a tip that I learned from the Hero Arts blog. So here I have an envelope that fits in regular size card. I get mine at Joann's.com when they're on sale. And you can either get them in packs for like 50 and 100, and they're pretty inexpensive. And then I have my card and a piece of bubble paper. So for these cards, since I'm going to be giving this as a gift, I want to make sure that they can mail it relatively easy without having to go through so much trouble. And what I do is I put my card in the envelope with the gem or dimensional embellishment you have facing the front. And then I find where it is, and then I give it just a gentle rub. And you're probably not going to be able to see it, but around here there's an indentation from where the gem was. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of that bubble paper. I'm going to put some adhesive in the back. And then I'm going to try to position it so that it's right over that raised area. And I've made so many of these that they're pretty much falling all at the same area. So, yep, my raised area is right there and it's falling perfectly. So now when whoever's receives this as a gift and wants to mail this off, the bubble paper is right where the gem is, so these won't come knocked down while in travel, and the post office won't reject them because it's too hard. So now you can just put that on there. And it's protected. Alright, so I'll be back in a little while to show you the finished project. Hi, so I am done with my project, and this is what I ended up with. And let me kind of scoot the camera back so you can get a better view. Alright, so let me open it up and kind of walk you through how I did this. So the first things first, I made my own box. I used my Sizzix Pro Shot machine with my Sizzix Pro die. It's called Box and Lid. Let me zoom out. Oh. See? And you get 2 dies, the top and the bottom. And I used some graphics plastic type paper. I got it at Joann's.com. And they come in 2 thicknesses. I think it's like 0.07 and 0.22 or something like that. And this one's the thinner one, the 0.07. And to attach all the tabs, I used the Terrifically Tacky tape that comes in like the, 8x8 sheets or 6x6 sheets. And I cut some, put them on the tab, and then cut perfectly around the tab so that you can see as little as the adhesive as possible. So that's how I put my box together. And in order for all these cards to fit in here with the envelopes, I had to stagger them. So one side, all the cards are facing up. See? And on the other side, aside from the front card, because I wanted them to be the same, they're all facing down. And with the envelopes, because of the bubble paper in it, I had to alternate. So bubble paper on top, and then I switched to bubble paper at the bottom, and that way the weights distribute evenly, and I put the same amount on either side. So that's how I got the box and everything. Oh, and let me show you some of the different sentiments. So your saw is Just So Fabulous before, and then So What's New, and that's a Stampin' Bella. Made 2 of those. And So Sweet, that's a Unity Stamp Company. So Cute is also Unity Stamp Company. And So Special and So Stylish are Hero Arts. And those are the ones that I cut apart and kind of combine different sentiments to make the sentiments that I was looking for. Okay, so I'll put that back together in a minute. And then I made my own belly band. So what I did is I took 2 pieces of cardstock. I think they're about 1.5 inches wide, and I joined them together. And then I wrapped it around the box. So I wrapped it around the box, and then very gently just kind of pinched to form the crease lines. And then I went with a bone folder and really gave it a good crease. And that's how I was able to get a pretty tight, even belly band. And then of course when I went to glue it together, I didn't glue it perfectly. I wanted to give it a little wiggle room. So maybe like 1/8 of an inch off, and that way I can slide it in and out easily. And this is a not Stampin' Up, Martha Stewart border punch. So I cut 2 strips of craft cardstock, then used my charcoal ink and I colored the cardstock, and then I punched it out. So then it looks gray. And then I made my own lollipop flower. I really don't know what these are called. And then to get that spackled look, I took a paintbrush and my acrylic paint and I dipped it in, and then I just like flicked like this, and that's how I got the little spots all over my flower. And then these are the same Michael flowers from the wedding section. I just put 2 of them and stagger them with one of those Studio 18 gems in the center. And this is some Prima lace that I hot glued in the bag. You can't really see it, but it's hot glued on there. And then I added a feather. And then once everything was done, I took my Pearl Glimmer Mist and I sprayed it all. So now it's all nice and shiny and sparkly. So that's my project. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks for stopping by.